If it is audible to everyone, just type in the chat box yes. Okay. So, welcome to the class. This is the first class in Python, and we are actually first class in the sense actually the first technical class. In last class, we have let me summarize what we had covered in the last class. So, we have just seen how to install Python. Okay, nothing great, just like how to install Anaconda version of Python, and I have shared a self-paced recording of 3 hours, which will help you to understand how to use Jupyter Notebook and Spider, which are the very two famous IDE of Python. Okay, so this is the this is the summary what we had covered. Now, from today onwards, we will be studying Python. So it's already too late, so I will not take much of time today. Maybe 30 minutes to 40 minutes we will continue, and again we will start from tomorrow morning. So every day morning time in time is like the most suitable time. So we will be having class like Wednesday, Thursday, both days we can have class morning, or maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day 3 days, 1 hour, not more than 1 hour. Only for one hour we can continue 7 to 8. Okay, so is that the suitable time for everyone? 7 to 8 morning, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Is it okay for everyone? Shiva, is it okay for you? Shiva is yeah. So Shiva, I sorry, but is it Shiva is money or like? Can you could you please introduce Shiva? Shiva, are you there? I can see Shiva has joined. So may I know who is Shiva, because I don't remember. Is it money or is it Raghavendra? Yeah. Okay, no problem. So okay. I'm just wanted to know like is it money? Shiva, can you hear me? You can actually ping in the chat box. I just wanted to okay, anyways. So we will start. So are you everyone can see my screen? Okay, so the recording is also on, so we are ready to start. So let me first tell you what exactly is the takeover for today's class. Okay, may not be covering everything, but this is the takeover for first class. We will cover it in two classes, today and tomorrow morning. So in today's class, we are going to finish all these things. We will be starting with Python. We will be starting with introduction to Python. We will be starting with introduction to Python. So we will be looking like what exactly Python is and how it is a completely different language. What are the drawbacks? What are the positive points? And like what are the uniqueness about Python, and all this basic introductory part we will see. And then slowly we will move to the second part, that is how we can print anything using Python. Okay, so anything like we will write our first Python program, that is known as hello Python. Okay, So how to print anything using Python, that will be the second part to see. And the third part, we will see how Python can be useful as a calculator, how we can use Python as a calculator. Fourth part is how indentation is very, very important in Python. Okay. And the fifth point is how we can write comments. Basically, when we are writing codes, comments are a very important part. So we will see how we can document our code, how we can write proper commenting, how can be done, how proper commenting can be done using Python. Okay, and the final thing, and we will end our class here. We will see how everything in Python is an object. Okay, the last point to cover is how everything in Python is an object. So these are the takeover for today's class, and from tomorrow we will finish this much. Okay, so everything is there. After the class I will share you, so share with you. Hope everybody has installed Anaconda on their system, and if you have any trouble, maybe you can text me. Okay, so let us first concentrate on the first part, that is introduction to Python. So everything is there. You can actually go through the theory part by your own after the class. So Python is a language which is not like very new or language. It is some 90s language, and it's already been like 20 years. It has been in market for last 20 years. It is created by this famous person. He's a Python. He's the like creator of this great language. And Python is completely object oriented programming language. Okay, you must be aware of other object oriented programming language. So can anybody give me some example of object oriented programming language except Python? What else you know, which you can call as an object oriented programming language? Correct. So Java is one of the object oriented programming language. C++ is one of the object oriented programming language. So C is a object oriented programming language? C, no. So what we call, which programming language it is? Procedural, right? So there are structured, yeah, you can, I mean, procedural programming language. Basically, this entire programming languages has a category. You can actually go through it. So broadly, like we can say, from C++ onwards, we can say like this object oriented concept came into this programming world. And nowadays lots of object oriented programming languages are available like Python, Scala, Julia. I'm not sure about Julia, but Scala, Python, Java, all these are like quite very famous object oriented languages. So the all the object oriented languages follow the basic concept of object oriented programming paradigm. Okay, so basic features in the sense they follow like inheritance, multi polymorphism. You must have known the OOPS concept, right? So similarly, Python is also an object oriented programming language. Okay, that's the reason it is very powerful. Okay, and this is one of the property. And the second very important property about Python is it is an interpreter based language. Now who can tell me what is an interpreter? What is an interpreter? You can actually unmute and you can tell. If you have any audio problem, you can type. If your audio is correct, I mean, if there is no audio problem, then you can unmute and answer. Yeah. So what is an interpreter based language? Yes. So basically, line by line execution, correct. So before that, I will ask one more question. So what is the difference between compiler and the interpreter? Or what all these compiler and interpreters are about? So Meghna, can you answer? Yeah, Chavi. I think Chavi's voice is not clear. You can actually type. I'm not able to hear you properly. Yeah. Yeah, Meghna. So, what is the difference? I mean, what exactly compiler and interpreters are?
It's like it will be stopped whenever it will face any error at a particular line.
Okay.
But in the other case, while the compiler, it will just run, or it will just debug all the errors and give us all the errors.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, let me tell you the overview. Okay. So, we are writing some programming languages. Maybe it is Python or Java or whatever. Okay. But these all languages are English kind language, right? Which we can understand. The computer, the machine will only understand zeros and ones. Okay. It is not able to understand any human kind of language, like how we are writing programming languages. So the problem is when computer invented, at that time, whatever programming language has been designed, that is very much friendly to machine. For example, we can say like Fortran or some COBOL and all. Those are like very much machine friendly than human friendly. Machine friendly in the sense what? All the codes are very much kind of you have to write for add operation. You have to write a code, zeros and ones. You have to remember and all. So what is the drawback in that? One of the positive thing and one of the advantages, it was tremendous faster because I mean whatever you are writing, the machine is directly understanding, machine understandable format you are writing. Second is the drawback. The great drawback is it is not possible for a human to understand or to remember all those codes, right? For silly operation, you have to remember a lot of coding. For example, for add operation, let's say one, two, some code, right? For multiplication, some code. I mean, for each and everything, whatever you're writing, one code you have to remember. Okay, zeros and ones. That is the main problem. That's the reason we are simply creating all these different kinds, varieties of like programming language, which is very for on which we are comfortable in. Okay, for example, all this Python, Java, whatever you're looking, these are very much like we are writing if something then do this. It's very kind of English kind, right? Now, but whatever we are writing, the machine is not able to understand. Ultimately, what machine understands? Only 0 and 1, nothing else. This is only the machine will understand only this much. So there should be one middleman, okay, in between machine and us. There should be one middleman who will be in between us and machine, which who can convert our programming languages to machine understandable form. And this middleman is nothing but an interpreter. Okay, this middleman is nothing but an interpreter or a compiler. Okay, and based on this, if it is an interpreter, the language is known as interpreter based language. If it is a compiler, the language is known as compiled based language. For example, Java is a compiled based language, and like all this Python and all are interpreter based language. Okay, now understood what is now. The second thing is, what is the difference between interpreter and compiler? So very silly difference. So compiler, correct, Chavi has correct. So line by line execution. In interpreter, line by line execution will happen. In compiler, until and unless your code is 100% error free, okay, syntactically or semantically 100% error free, your code, I mean, if it is 100% error free, then only you are able to run your code. Okay. So more detail you can actually Google about interpreter and compiler. And second property of Python is it is a interpreter based language. It's an interpreter based object oriented programming language. Okay. That's the reason it is very powerful. Okay. So this is one of the thing. And indentation. Okay. Now, what do you mean by indentation? I'll come to this part. Okay, let me tell you here only. Then I'll show you in the coding part. So these are like few very introductory idea about Python. Indentation is very important in Python. Now, who can explain what do you mean by indentation in any coding? Your your faculty or your maybe your manager, everybody will suggest you please indent your code properly. Please write, yes, correct, spaces. So indentation means writing your code with proper spaces. For example, you are starting a block, so you should give some space. There should be a distinct, I mean there should be a I mean clear demarcation between your body of the block and the, I mean let's say you're writing a function, so function initialization and then the body part, and then the function call should be all properly indented, right? In other languages like Java and all, indentation is not mandatory. Okay, we only use indentation just for a good look and for better understandability. These are the reasons for indentation. But in Python, it is very, very important. It is one of the unique property about this language. No language has such property. And the important characteristic of Python is it is here in Python, indentation is mandatory. If you don't indent your code properly, you will get error message. Okay, and why so? Why indentation is like very much important and it is mandatory? Because there is no curly brace concept here. If you remember in Java and all, you write everything, the body part of a block, you write inside a curly brace, starting and ending. So wherever your curly brace starts, your block starts. Wherever your curly brace end, your block end there. So it's there is a great like what difference between body part and like the first part. But here in Python, we do not have any kind of curly braces like this. Okay, whatever we are writing in Python, we will only use space as a uh, like what distinguisher between body part and other parts. Okay, so indentation in the coding part, you will understand why I'm saying so much importance, giving so much importance to indentation. Okay, I'll show you if I don't give indentation how it is giving me error. So Python indentation is a must. It's very, very important. Okay, and Python uses white spaces. Okay, and with indentation, colon denotes the start of an indented block. Okay, whenever we are starting a block, we are giving colon. So just theory, everything we will implement in practical. Don't worry. Okay, one by one, everything we will implement. So what we are doing here in Python, we are whenever we are starting a block, we are indenting it, and colon is the indicator of starting of any block. Okay, and we do not give any statement terminator like Java, like semicolon or anything. We are not giving any statement terminator here. Okay, again, these all are like Python basics. Now what else we have? Everything in Python is an object. Everything in Python is a object. So this is very important. I'll come to this point later. And also like comments. Okay, comments are like very important. How to give single line, multi-line comment. Everything we will see one by one. So lot of theories. Now we will see some of the like practical things. What we have seen so far, let me summarize once again. We started with Python and we are in introduction to Python part, and we have completed introduction to Python part. What we have seen here, we have seen Python is a object oriented interpreter based language. It is like indentation is very, very important in Python. Okay, and whenever we are starting a block, colon is the block separator. Okay, and everything is in Python is an object. Okay, now we will see how we can write a simple Python code. Okay, so I already the video that I shared with you and given as an assignment before coming to the class tells a lot about Jupyter Notebook. If you have gone through that video, you will be very clear about today's class. Otherwise, maybe you will face little trouble understanding what I'm doing. Don't worry, if you still have any doubts, you can directly ask me here. Okay. So basically, what I'm doing is this is the Jupyter Notebook home. I'm trying to create a new Python file so that I can write Python code. Just come to new and create Python 3. Okay, so this is the Jupyter Notebook. You can give some name, let's say practice 1. Any name you can give. Okay, and this is my Python code. Okay, it's already exist. So maybe I'll change the name. Okay, so now let me first write my first Python code, that is hello Python. How to print anything in the console? Let us print hello Python. Okay, so this is the command which will help you to print anything, and that is print. What is print? Print is a inbuilt function. Print is nothing but a built-in function in Python. Okay, print is the built-in function in Python. I already told, if you want to understand about any, if you want to take any help, how to take. So everything is there in the video. Okay, everything is there in the video. You can please go through it. So if you want to, if you want to add cells, you can add like this. If you want to remove, you can cut like this using this, and all these things are there in the video. You can go through it. Okay, so first thing is print. So what is print? Print is nothing but the built-in function. Okay, and now I am just trying to print hello Python. How to print? Print, inside that, if you are willing to print a string, then you can give double quotation or single quotation. There is no character concept in Python. Okay, in other languages, single quotation denotes like character, and double quotation denotes string, right? So in Python, there is nothing called character and string. Everything is string only. So you can give either double quotation or single quotation, and then you can write print hello Python. Okay, and now hit enter. So this is how you can print. Okay, so if it is a number, okay, if it is not a string, it is a numeric, then no need to give quotation. Let, like 5 plus, let's say you want to print 5. Okay, so you can simply pass the number. Okay, if it is a number or a variable, what you want to print, then no need to give any quotation. But if you want to print a string, then you have to give either single or double quotation. Okay, and the very great thing about Python is Python can be used as a calculator. In calculator, whatever you are doing, everything you can do using Python. For example, 5 plus 5. If you hit enter, you will get the result. Unlike Java, where you have to initialize a variable like int a equals to 5, int b equals to 5, c equals to a plus b, right? System out println c. All this thing you have to write, right? Just to see addition. So here directly 5 plus 5, 10. Similarly, any arithmetic operation, not only addition, subtraction, multiplication, anything. Okay, whatever you are doing with your calculator, everything you can do here. Okay, for example, you want power. So it's like 5 to the power 2. Okay, 5 to the power of 3. Cube. 5 to the power of 4. Everything you can do. In fact, your integer, I mean, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all this operation you can perform. That's the reason we call Python is a calculator. Python console you can use as a calculator. Okay. Now one more very important point I told you, like indentation, right? Indentation is very very important in Python. I told you about that. So let me first show you how we can like prove it. So for example, let's say I'm starting a block. Let's say I'm writing a simple if code. You must be aware of if else. In other languages we have blocks known as if else block. So let's say we are actually writing a simple if block. If, let's say, some condition, if let's say 5 is greater than 4, so some condition, if it is true, so if block started, whenever there is a start of any block, okay, I will write this colon symbol. That is what I was like actually telling you. Whenever you're starting any block, just give a colon symbol. Okay, and then immediately the cursor will go below it. Now hit enter. One second. If you hit enter, where is it? Yeah, hit enter. So immediately, as we are using IDE, all the indentation is taken care by the IDE. That is the advantage of using IDE. If you are writing your code in normal notepad, you have to take care of spaces. But here, that is actually a headache, right? Every time you have to take care of spaces. But luckily, when we are using IDE, all the space related things are taken care by the IDE. So ultimately, the second line is coming. I mean, some spaces we are getting here. And now we can write like print, let's say I am in if. Okay. So again, let's say the block ends. I just wanted to write again new block. So the body ends. So here else. Again, wherever there is a starting of block, every time you have to give a colon. Okay. Each time you give a colon, next line will immediately come giving a tab. Okay. For example, enter. Here it will come like this, and then here you can write anything. Okay. I am in if. Sorry, else. Okay. I am in if because the first is true. Okay. Now the second is true. So why this is what I mean indentation. Okay. Proper spacing. So if you check, I have not used any curly braces here. Unlike other languages, there is no curly brace concept. Only space is the separator between body part and the main part. Okay. So indentation is very, very important. So far, is it clear for everyone or any doubts? So for whatever I covered, is it clear to everyone? Meghna and Chavi, is it clear? Okay. So these are very basic, so I don't think you have any doubts also. It's very simple, silly thing. Okay, so the last thing is like comments, right? So why we use comments? Why actually it is needed when we are writing code? Why we write comments?
Like to understand,
Yes.
for others to understand.
Yes, exactly. So whatever we have written, yes, correct. So whatever code we have written should be understandable by others. Okay. For example, you're working for a company and you left the company and go to some other company. Your work has been transferred to some other person. Okay. So for according to you, you may have written var for variable. I may give a name like my variable for a variable. Someone else can give v1 for that variable, so it is all user defined, right? If you can write like v1 is the variable which is holding this value, some document if you can make, right, some comment if you write about your code, then that is definitely helping others to understand what you have written. This is the first advantage. Second advantage is, let's say you have written a long code, okay, and some error is coming and you're not able to understand since like in which line it is giving you error. So you can actually comment it out a few lines which you don't want to run, and slowly you can run the other lines. And so actually it is helping. Second thing is like it also helps us for error debugging, and also like few lines if you don't want to run, we can comment it out. Okay. All language supports commenting. There is like I mean, nothing new. But Python, there are two ways how you can comment. One is single line comment. For example, here the first line I don't want, just give us a hash. Okay. So if I give a hash, the print will give me error. Okay, because print unexpected indent. Can you check here? So this is the error you will get. That's why I'm telling indentation is very important in Python. Why it is error now? Because there should not be any space, because if is commented out. The first statement is print now. Okay. And now else. From where else came, because if is not there, I cannot write else. Okay. So now if, then also it will give me error because print is again not properly indented. Now it will be running fine. Okay. So indentation is very important, and this is how you can write single line comment. In Jupyter console it will not work, but in all other console it will work for multi-line comment. So if you want multi-line comment, this is the way you can actually comment it out. Triple quotation mark, triple quotation mark. Inside that, whatever you will write will be commented out. but here actually it is printing, it is taking it as a string. In Jupyter Notebook especially it will happen, but please try in other like Spider or any console anywhere. Okay, so triple quotation mark is the thing for multi-line comment, and hash is the thing for single line comment. Okay, so this is how we can comment our code. So here also if you can give like this, we'll comment. So all the lines are commented now, nothing will be executed. Okay, this is how you can write a single line and a multi-line comment. Okay, so so far what we had covered, we have seen what is Python, and we have seen how indentation is important, and then we have seen how we can write a comment, single line and multi-line. We have seen how we can use Python as a calculator. Okay, so very basic things we have seen, and tomorrow again we will see other stuffs like variable, what is a function. Slowly we are going to in-depth concepts. So tomorrow we will be finishing variable, operator, expression, loops, functions. Okay, and day after tomorrow we will be finishing data structure, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Okay, if you want to pre-prepare, I'm telling the topics in advance. Okay, so it's already too late. We can meet tomorrow morning 7. Is that fine? We can meet either,
Yeah, like tomorrow at what?
or maybe we can meet like 8:30. 8, not 8:30.
At what time?
At maybe 6. Sorry, from 7 to 8.
I'm sorry, like I'll be having class from 7 to 9.
7 to 9 you are having class. Okay, so
Yeah,
how about 10 to 11:30, or maybe yeah, 10 to
yeah,
11:30.
sure. It would be great.
Chavi, are you available that time, 10 to 11:30? Yeah, but I have to check with others like Raghavendra and all. Today they actually missed the class. So they are comfortable now. They are in night shift. So they are comfortable only in morning time. So let me recheck with them. Okay, now only I'll check. So if they are comfortable, then we will continue like 10 to 11:30. Okay, tomorrow. Otherwise, morning
Okay.
time. Okay. So let me first check with them.
Morning. Uh, okay.
So first, I let me check with them. I'm not sure like their availability, right? So yeah, mostly they will be available. If all are available, we can start like 10 to 11:30. Okay,
Okay.
no problem. Yeah, and you will get all this thing maybe tomorrow morning. I'll share. It's too late now, so I'll share all the documents.
Okay, then like if it is 9:30 also, I'll be available.
Okay, no problem. So I'll check with them because I have a class from 9 to 10, so I will not be available. So
Oh,
after 10
sorry. Okay.
only, after 10 only I'll be free. So I will check with them if they are available. We can continue. I don't have any issue. I'm free till 11:30.
Okay.
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 Okay. No problem. Chalo. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night.
No problem.